We came together and just wanting to gather the human spirits in our community as far as not just being something that others do, but it's something that we need to be doing and growing and learning about health in traditional ways that we used to do back in the day. We're trying to revive that spirit again. So this is our first gathering, and it's community orientated. It's for people to come together in a hub space where we're trading and bartering and talking about health and enlightening things for us to be able to do in our community. We need to come together and work collectively together, and when we do so, we will accomplish great things. We have the Medina by Islamic Ecology and Environmental Learning Center. It's a booth that my focus is on genetically engineered foods and how we have to be mindful and know this information because it's bringing great sickness to our community. These foods are not labeled, so in return we're buying and unknowingly we're harming ourselves. So my task is to get the literature out, the education out, and to teach those that I work with or communicate with how to be able to determine what is genetically engineered and what to stay away from completely, what you got to consider, the different codes that's on the food. So I have literature, I have shopping lists of foods that are free of GMO. I have resources, and we also sell organic heirloom seeds. So once you buy those seeds will rejuvenate themselves, just like our Creator has given them to us. So once you get to a flower, then you could take the seeds back and you could grow them next year. Genetically engineered seeds, once they get to a point, it's like the Terminator. It's a gene in there that will totally disrupt the seed. So there is no going back getting it, along with the internal damage, along with the environmental damage, and most importantly, they're making money because you got to keep buying it. That's not how seeds were meant to be. Solar. The situation that we had with Hurricane Sandy shows us how we need to consider that blessing of the solar, energy. We could have charged our cell phones, we could have made a pot of beans and rice, we could have heated the water without bacteria, with little things. What I have there to stand is an example how very economically you could have control of generating heat. It's basically taking the sun, it's a reflective process on like aluminum and a cardboard in a pot, dark pot that pulls in the energy, it locks it in, and the food is in there and it generates heat and it gets cooked. I mean, it's real simple. We just don't have that knowledge anymore. So this is what we're trying, so we can be more self-sufficient and be dependent more on our Creator than on man's creation.
Hi, my name is Damien DeCaries. I'm with GridLink Systems. We're a developer of solar energy. We've come here today to do a demonstration on solar energy. So I'm just going to take you a little walk through here. So the solar panels come up here. We have them wired into our battery pack, where the solar panels are recharging our batteries through this charge controller mechanism. We also have set up here as well as a bicycle generator, so that we have the elements of both human power as well as solar energy combining so that we can run the event directly without any carbon footprint.
What do you see as some of the practical uses of solar energy?
I mean, one of the big things is right now, it's clean and it's available. With the utility grid, the hurricanes, and the reliability issues that we have with the utility grid, the ability to just, a one-time investment to be able to go completely independent, completely off-grid, so that you could produce your own energy without having to take anything away or destroy the environment as part of the process. I mean, it's a great solution. So that's why I've been in solar energy for about 10 years now, and I think it's really one of the great viable alternatives to getting away from fossil fuels.
And what do you see as the future of solar energy?
I mean, the solar energy market right now, it's growing, and the price has been really great in terms of, The solar energy, if I go back to when I started out 10 years ago, I'm seeing solar panel pricing drop to 20% of what it was 10 years ago. So there's been a real great shift in terms of it's getting to the point where it's affordable and it's actually costing less than you would pay for, normally buying electricity from PSE&G or the utility. But at the same time, once you've made that initial investment, you'll never have an electric bill for the rest of your life. And that's really something that people can really believe in. The opportunity to be completely independent, but still have, the ability to use energy as you would now. The open market, I think, is a great chance for the community to get together so that we can see, this growth in everybody's minds towards like a sustainable development. A lot of the community gardens here, as well as composting, and all this technology is really coming together where everybody's really believing it and, coming to a future that we can all live with.
An event like this is very symbolic to me of what we are yearning for in our communities. We want spaces where we can come together and experience happiness and not always coming together about something negative, whether it be a funeral or fighting something. We're just coming together because we want to be around each other and we want to support one another's small businesses, etc. Today I'm representing myself, my publishing company, Roots of Sapphire, and my new book, Dusty Foot Philosophers. If you see this cover, then you know you got the right book. The book is about these 3 children growing up in Detroit and the trials and tribulations that they have in their homes and how their friendship is a place of healing, emotional healing for them. It also talks a lot about nutrition and what the physical health that they're in as well. And I think that overall the book is all about holistic health and what we need to do to improve ourselves and our communities. My message is basically one of holistic health, and that includes the mind, the body, and the spirit. So whether that's through making jewelry or the book or my nutrition courses, it's all, to me, all related. I work at a high school here in Newark, and I teach nutrition, exercise, and mental resilience, all kind of concepts that are also found in this fiction novel. You can contact me at dustyfootphilosophers@gmail.com. You can also find the book. The ebook is on Amazon and Lulu, and the paperback is also on CreateSpace and Amazon right now.
People need to come back to naturalness and people need to live healthy.
We want community gardeners and people just to come together and work together towards a common goal. So hopefully something productive can come out of this. Hopefully we can start creating jobs, creating green jobs, creating a green Newark, and a different mentality, a new way of living, a new way of being. A lot of people, they want to get involved, they want to change their environment, they want it to be safer, but a lot of times they don't know what to do. So this is an opportunity for them to learn some things that are going on in the community that they can get involved with. Thinking in alignment with what I was saying before about community unity. That's so powerful in terms of the emotional health, the spiritual health, the mental health of any community.
Today I'm here with the Youth Farm Stand, which is behind me, and 2 of the main goals of the program are youth job training through our Newark Youth Leadership Project, and also to provide fresh local produce to the community. Farm Stand, we go around in different areas in the city, and we set up and we provide produce that we grow some in Newark. We have a half-acre farm on Court Street and off of MLK and Court Street behind the Kruger Scott Mansion, and we do everything without chemicals. We're organically managed. Other areas of the Newark Youth Leadership Project, we have some nutrition interns, junior rangers. We work with a couple community gardens with younger kids, like 5 to 12-year-olds, and show them, different things with planting and just different activities, educational activities.
I'm a part of Junior Rangers at Greater Newark Conservancy, and what we do is we do a little bit of teaching kids about nutrition. Also, the other things we do in Greater Newark Conservancy is sell produce.
I'm here with the Greater Newark Conservancy. I'm one of the veteran interns here. What I do is I try to promote healthy living.
At the Greater Newark Conservancy, since I am a Junior Ranger, we go to 2 different sites. One is called Bradley Core and the other one is called Genesis. We basically just teach kids about healthy living, a healthy life, healthy lifestyle, and we show them fun activities while we're at it.
I think it's really important to really get the community together, and I think this is a good stepping stone to bringing the human spirit together, which is kind of like the thing we were going off of today. So I think for changes to happen, I think it needs to happen at a community level right here, with just, us here today, and build it from there, get these going on a little more often in more areas. It's hard to get things sometimes done when you start from the top and you try to get things, bottom up is my philosophy. Yeah, Greater Newark Conservancy website is www.citybloom.org, and we can be reached at 973-642-4646.
This is our first event. We just, organized a couple of months ago. I came to, meet people, from the community. They asked me if I wanted to share anything. And something that I really enjoy is composting. Composting is a form of recycling. Basically, what you're doing is you are recycling materials that you would normally throw in the trash can, and you're going to make something that's called compost, which is a rich form of soil that you would use in gardening. A lot of people, when they go to Home Depot or a store and buy a bag of compost or soil, and then put that into their garden, but actually you can make it yourself. I'm really excited to show Newark what we're doing. They'll walk by, see what's going on there. One of the big problems here in Newark is that we don't interact enough as a community. We have a lot of resources, a lot of information. I think we're rich in that, but we don't, interact as much as we should with each other. The Newark Community Garden Coalition is like, it was formed under the Greater Newark Conservancy. The Conservancy has been here for many years, and they're doing a lot of good work. But the gardeners, we noticed that there's nothing, to kind of tie us together. And there's so many, resources and everything that we need from each other. You have a tiller and I have a shovel, then I borrow your tiller, you borrow my shovels, and then everybody gets to do what we need to do, because this is the Garden State, New Jersey, and this is the largest city in the Garden State. But a lot of people don't know anything about gardening. We've gotten so far away from our food, and it's very important, from a health standpoint, especially, that we get closer to our food. And what's closer than having a garden in your own backyard?
This is an awesome opportunity for different people with like-minded goals, which is to gain self-sustainability, to get off the grid, basically bring the human spirit together. That's our theme for today. To learn, become aware, share, and stop relying on outside sources and rely more on ourselves in our small communities locally. Eating healthy food is very important to maintain your health. Basically, I'm a company that offers people the opportunity to get their health back. I help people detoxify their body. I do education and nutrition. I run workshops.
How does an event like this help you?
It helps me get to know the community better, get to find out what they want. If you go to my website, you will see the detox guide that I'm offering. You can get a free ebook, and you can let me know how I can help you get your health back.
We have a few stands over here today, and I have a few notebooks that I've made with newspapers called upcycling. So as you can see, I've taken some newspapers and just cut it in half, and there we go, a little notebook. Today I was really here to really have an opportunity to make some of these things, since I'm a college student, I don't always have time, but also to network with other people who are like-minded, who are concerned with science and sustainability, locally and globally, and to also see what others are doing in terms of science sustainability, in terms of the seeds that were here today. I thought it was very interesting. The solar panels, I thought it was all interesting to see, and to draw inspiration from as well. I think the community benefits in that it's the people are able to see another way of living, because sometimes when you're stuck in an urban environment, you don't really know where things come from. You don't know how things are grown. You don't know an alternative to energy. You don't know an alternative to creating things. You think you have to get it from the store. And so even with something as simple as a notebook, you realize that you can take things you have at home and make it yourself. You realize you can take some seeds and grow them yourself. And you know where it comes from, you know what's in it. So I think people will benefit in terms of thinking outside the box and also thinking more about how they live. You know, is it healthy? Is it sustainable? Will they be able, even with the power outage we had with the storm, you start to see how fragile this whole system really is. So with events like this, you see that there are other systems that are in place, that people are thinking about these things, and that you don't necessarily have to be alone thinking about it as well.